innovation, resilience, agility. It's how Michigan businesses work together and continue to build the future. Our expertise, talented workforce, and collaborative environment are making a difference now and shaping the future. Join us and make your mark where it matters. Visit michiganbusiness.org/radio to put your plans in motion. That's michiganbusiness.org/radio.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Cannot believe it, but it is pretty close to being here. This Saturday, October 27th, Bourbon and Bacon Fest. That's right. It'll be in Tacoma.
I know the Rev's going to be there.
What? Yeah.
Well, he's the man about town. When it comes to Tacoma, if something is happening in Tacoma, you bet your ass the Reverend Fuego's going to be there.
Damn right.
It's a lot of pressure. Huh?
Yeah, man about town. I've heard he even goes like to Puyallup once in a while.
Don't start those rumors.
Yeah,
we have a restraining order against the Rev.
Because, it's close enough for him to still be man about town.
That's true. That's true.
That's what's good about Tacoma being the place for Bourbon and Bacon Fest. Tacoma Armory is where it's happening. We have a day session. We have a night session. You can do one or both. And what's happening? Distilleries from all over the country coming, and they're going to show you why their spirits are the best. And then restaurants from the area showing you why bacon is a treat no matter where you put it. Yeah. Bourbon and Bacon Fest, You want tickets? KISW.com. Bourbon and Bacon Fest, benefiting our friends at Treehouse.
Let's play Beat Migs.
It's time to play the game. Yeah! Everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser.
Turn down for tacos.
Charge out for what?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I'll be hitting up that other T word today.
Tamales?
Nice. Oh, Tuesday is tamale time for Rev. Yes.
All right.
Yes, it is. It was
We're always
yesterday.
a day ahead in our household. We had tacos last night.
Did you?
Yes.
Monday seems to be taco night for you guys.
It is.
That's interesting.
We're ahead of the curve.
Fascinating. Ahead of the curve. Let's get to our contestant. We've got George in Snohomish. George, are you there, sir?
Let's do this.
Yeah. What's he playing for today, Steve?
He's playing for a pair of tickets to that sold-out Greta Van Fleet show that's happening at the Paramount Theater on January 10th. Go to KISW.com for all the details. If you want tickets, well, you're going to have to try and win them this week on Beat Migs because, of course, the show is sold out.
All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, George will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. George, you can pass all you want, but you will only have 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
In 2014, drinking water in Flint, Michigan was discovered to have high concentrations of what heavy metal?
Lead.
Yes. What rapper's given name is Tracy Morrow?
Pass.
On what day of the week are elections usually held in the U.S.?
Tuesdays.
Yes. What is the center of an atom called?
Pass.
What NFL team has the best all-time regular season record?
Patriots.
No.
Broncos.
No.
Regular season record. Miami Dolphins.
No. How many wonders were there of the ancient world?
7.
Yes. Finish the rhyming phrase. April showers bring May what?
Flowers.
Yes. Since 1916, what fast food has taken center stage at a 4th of July eating contest at Coney Island?
Hot dog.
Yes. What is the most populated country in the world?
India.
No.
So close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 correct.
Oh, my.
Yep, spent a bit of time on that one question.
Yeah.
I'll have to see if that screws you, and it probably will.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. I have a feeling Steve's going to do all right on this one.
You think he is?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I've been wrong before, but I have a feeling.
I have a feeling.
Steve, are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
In 2014, drinking water in Flint, Michigan was discovered to have high concentrations of what heavy metal?
Judas Priest.
No.
Lead.
Yes. What rapper's given name is Tracy Morrow?
Ice-T.
Yes. On what day of the week are elections usually held in the U.S.?
Tuesday.
Yes.
Tuesday.
What is the center of an atom called?
The nucleus?
Yes.
Ooh, smart.
What NFL team has the best all-time regular season record?
Dallas Cowboys.
Yes. How many wonders were there of the ancient world?
7.
Yes.
The 8th was Andre the Giant.
Finish the rhyming phrase, April showers bring May what?
Flowers.
Yes. Since 1916, what fast food has taken center stage at a 4th of July eating contest on
Hot
Coney
dogs.
Island? Yes.
Hot dog.
What is the most
like hot dog.
populated country in the world?
China.
Yes. At what temperature in Fahrenheit is the freezing point of water?
32.
Yes. And Steve, perfect 10.
Sorry, George.
You win.
All I do is
That's right. Call me Mr. Perfect.
At least it wasn't
super close.
No, it wasn't.
How'd he do?
He got 5. He spent a lot of time on the Dallas Cowboys one.
That was a tough one.
and they stay there.
Got it on
Not
the first
really.
try. No big deal.
No, NBD.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the teams you got to guess.
Wow, looking at that, every single one of them, except for your joke answer of Judas Priest at the beginning.
Yes.
You got first answer.
So that was a serious answer. I thought the band was in the water.
They're in the water, baby.
Totally serious answer there. Congratulations, Steve, on your perfect 10.
That's awesome. What a good way to start today.
That's awesome. I'm glad you think it's awesome.
I do.
You know what?
Great
the
job,
humility
Steve.
here is amazing. Yeah, caller 10. Guess what? You're checking out the sold out Grand Veta Fleet, the Greta Van Fleet show, or Grand Veta. You know my friends over there at Grand Veta. Yeah, you want to see Greta Van Fleet? You got it. Paramount Theater. Again, it's a sold out show, but caller number 10 gets a pair of tickets. 206-421-ROCK. Got a new survey. I've talked about it. It's going to happen in the future. Marriage. I wonder in 50 years if it's going to really even be, like 50% of the people who think that marriage is the right way to go in our country.
Okay.
Turns out a quarter of the people between the ages of 18 and 24 would support a change making marriage contracts temporary. So you get married, and then they believe, that, again, 25% of the people who are between 18 and 24 believe that after 5 or 10 years, you have the option to renew your marriage like it's
like
a
a
baseball contract. Yeah.
Now, if you decide not to renew, does that mean, I'm overthinking something that's probably never going to happen, but maybe it will. At the 5-year mark, let's just say you sign a 5-year marriage deal.
It's a 5-year deal.
You make it the 5 years. If you decide not to re-sign, do you have to pay alimony? Do you have to pay... You know what I mean?
That's a very good question. I would think that, you would have to sign some agreement saying you're not on the hook financially for anything, or you work that out at the beginning. Either way, but I agree, Steve. Like that's what keeps people in a marriage is that you can't live as comfortably if you've got to give half your income to somebody or a big chunk of it. Whereas if you're living together, your money goes further.
Man, that would be interesting. I just saw something on Facebook from somebody that was like an acquaintance. I don't really even know them. I don't know how they're on my Facebook page, to be honest with you. But I saw a picture of them with their significant other, and they're holding a piece of paper that just said, just got divorced. And they're both got these 2 giant smiles on their face. I was just like, that's a very progressive way of doing things. Like that the 2 of you are ending your marriage and are happy about it.
And that is, that's the way I think you'd want to have it. I would like to be like, all right, you know what? We've decided we want to go do something else with somebody else, but that doesn't mean you're a bad guy or a bad girl. I think it'd be awesome if we could end things that way.
Like, we had a good run, but it's time to move on.
But the money and this, and look, the more we talk about equality, the more I think alimony is really going to be outdated. It's like, I think a person should be able to take care of him or herself, that you shouldn't have to support somebody for X amount of years just because you were married. I think that also is going to go away a little bit. I know there are some cases where, somebody stays at home and they take care of the kids and they're there for 20 years. Well, yeah, it's hard for them to get a job after that. I get that. But if you're renewing every 5 years, there's no way you can
keep on your toes too, huh, BJ?
Oh yeah, you got to work.
Hey, we're in a contract season.
Yeah,
you might want to start doing. What you got to do.
Also, a third of people under 24 think that polygamy should be legal. That's why I say we might, in 50 years, we might see marriage looking really very different in this country.
I don't understand why it's not legal, to be honest.
Neither do I.
I mean, look, if you want to have multiple spouses, good for you. I don't understand how you could want that, but like that's not who am I to decide that?
If you ever watch that show, Sister Wives, I mean, I give that guy credit because they do all the, they interview all the wives, and I'm just like, how does he have to be beholden to all of them? Because you think, oh, it's great, he gets to have sex with 4 different women. It's like, but he also has to listen to 4 different women and has to like make them the center of his life. How do you do that? And they all have different houses. He's got to pop over to one, and when you watch that show, these women, like a lot of women, you know what? They got to take care of families. They got a lot of issues, just like any woman who's got the family life and all that. He's got to listen to 4 different sets of issues.
Well, even if it was like a woman having multiple husbands, too. Think about that. Yeah, more people blowing ass in the house.
Oh, yeah, I hadn't thought about that. If they're like you, I would be there. See, I'd be a great husband because I really...
Oh, you think you could be a great husband of
not blowing ass?
Oh, okay, well, that, yes.
Yeah, I mean, geez, I know I can at least, if that's one of the big problems of having multiple guys, then she'll want to come over to my house.
One person says, tell that to your kids. Why a contract is up and mommy wants to hit the free agent market. Another person says, can you entertain trade offers? Go into free agency.
Well, yeah. I mean, seriously, I know people are joking about it. I think that, to me, it makes a lot of sense. It really does.
Does a prenup constitute a guaranteed contract at that point then?
Ah, man, that's why Earl Thomas is fighting for what he wants.
That's right.
Yeah, what happens if an injury occurs during the marriage?
Oh, that's a really good point. Yeah, well, if it's like Major League Baseball, you got to pay him. But if it's like any other sport, or the NFL, they can get rid of you. They go, oh, we're done with you.
Oh, man.
It's not guaranteed contract, buddy.
Yeah, what if they get injured? What if, all of a sudden, you need the blue pill?
Oh.
And then they're just like, look, I'm going to go, I got to find a younger batter.
Or what if all of a sudden she comes home with a ball gag and a whip, like somebody that might be on this show, and you're like, I didn't know this was going to be part of the deal.
See, that comes out day one, so they don't have to worry about that.
All right.
At least before marriage.
Right.
That conversation should be
Discuss the terms of the agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah. About half the people in this survey say you should be able to get divorced without citing any specific reason. I thought you really could. Maybe some states are different. I thought pretty much you just go, look, we're getting divorced, and that's what...
But what do these people want? Like, I want to divorce you. Why? I don't need to tell you why. I just want to divorce you. I mean, of course, somebody is going to put you in a corner, and ask for an answer for why you're ending the relationship with them.
You just go, I don't love you anymore. Isn't that the answer?
Yeah.
I mean, that's at the end of the day, isn't that the answer? It's like, I don't love you anymore to have you as my monogamous, intimate partner. I mean, that's about it. The
worst line I had when someone was like, why do you want to end this relationship? I go, I've changed so much for you. I hate me.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus. But
that's true.
That's a great...
Wow, that's just blunt.
Bro, she was so manipulative and all this,
Yeah.
I was a beaten down person.
I love your answer.
And I finally just snapped. And it was like a couple days before Christmas, too.
Oh,
it was like,
Merry Christmas, everybody.
I just couldn't even imagine spending another day with her.
Did you already buy her a Christmas gift at that point?
Yes.
Oh.
Did you still give it to her?
No.
I've known
because I didn't want her gifts. I was like, no, this is done. I don't even want to. There is no more interaction between us.
I think I've known 2 of your relationships. I think I may know this person.
You might.
Yeah.
This is early. This is before you and I were even working together. But yeah, it was around that time. But yeah, I just hit that point where I was like, you've made me into somebody I'm completely not a fan of.
And if it's the person I'm thinking of, I was always surprised when I would hear these stories because it was like, wow, they do not come off like that with regular people.
But like even what you said, I think about it, and it wasn't like the person was a bad person. They just they wanted a certain something, and they thought they could change. Some people go into a relationship thinking they could change a person to be that certain someone.
Yeah,
and it got to the point where I was changing just to avoid the argument because I wanted to be in the relationship. And then I hit this point where I was like, why am I doing this to myself? And we're fighting because I'm not the person you want me to be.
Yep.
But I never was that person in the first place. So it was just a good person, just one of those things where you just shouldn't be together.
Oh, you're a nice guy.
I didn't handle it well at the end. I was just like, I finally hit a breaking point. But then again, she wasn't handling the relationship well either, yelling at me all the time.
And you know what? You're still saying nice things. You're a better man than me. I would have said this. I would have said if it was somebody in my life, I go, that person's a blank. Blank them.
Plus younger. I mean, we're all
look at you. Now you're older and wiser now.
Yes.
Look at you. Wow.
One person says, can you send a person down to the minors?
Yeah. Well, so they can work on their curves. What? Thank you. Get a better bat. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, go down to the minors, see if you can get a better bat.
You got to work on your swing.
Yeah, see what you can do, buddy. There's a well-known band that has kept a giant inflatable wiener in storage for over 30 years. That's awesome. I'll tell you who's doing this at 7:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. The Beastie Boys ended up hating their first single, You Gotta Fight for Your Right to Party, so much that they've never played it live after their 87 tour. And you were telling me that they really much hated almost all of the first album.
Yeah, it's funny. I need to pick up this book about the Beastie Boys that the two remaining members put out, because it seems like a lot of the stuff from the early days in the late 80s when they first became this big band, they kind of look back on it and they're almost embarrassed by it, because they were a punk group that decided to do this hip-hop stuff almost in a way to mock the dumb jock frat guy type of persona. So a lot of the songs were kind of like they were coming off like these goofs, but then people started thinking that that's who they were, like this tough rapper guy identity, they said at one point, and they really weren't that. It was almost like a tongue-in-cheek thing, but then it got to the point where the people that they were mocking embraced it because they didn't understand that they were being mocked. So, you know what I mean? Like, it was like this weird thing. I think, dude, I'm reading some of the excerpts from the book, and a lot of it, like, they thought certain things, like, originally the album wasn't going to be called License to Ill. The original title was Don't Be a, and it's the F word, like the Bob Saget.
Oh, yeah. That's a good thing they didn't call it that.
And they meant it as a joke about jock frat dudes, but realized, that homophobia is not a cool thing. But at the time they were young and dumb. But could you imagine if that's what they called the album?
And if they were mocking guys, that's exactly what, a lot of the jock mentality back then would say.
Right.
But it wouldn't be, they wouldn't have been understood that it was a mock. I know I've been through that myself, where you think, hey, they're going to get that I'm mocking and joking. And a lot of times I got yelled at, going, what are you doing? I'm like, well, no.
Not everybody picks up on the sarcasm.
Yeah, you're right. So, yeah, good thing they didn't call the album that. Now, even though they don't do that song anymore, one element of You Gotta Fight for Your Right still remains, and that is a giant 20-foot tall hydraulic penis. And I never saw that live, but I've got a picture of it here, and it is unbelievable.
It's massive.
This thing is a massive, gigantic hydraulic penis. And, it would pop up on stage whenever they did that song.
Rev just saw it.
Yeah.
That thing is so huge.
Yeah. And AdRock says that they've been paying storage locker fees to house that thing for 30 years because they don't use it anymore because they don't do the song anymore.
I just have it in my backyard.
Of course you would, yeah.
Or put on top of the house.
Yeah. That's like,
where's your house at? Just look for the giant dong.
Yeah. Why aren't car dealerships using this instead of the Mr. Wacky guy? It's its own Mr. Wacky.
Oh, no. That's not what you want to call Mr. Wacky.
No, you don't want to call Mr. Wacky that.
That's a tour I know that they probably look back on it almost embarrassed. I wish I could go back in time and see the Beastie Boys touring in support of that record.
Yeah, it's funny you bring that up because he said it seemed funny at the time. He said, but you got to really think before you say or do some dumb stuff. Think about the people you care about most. Will they be embarrassed for you and of you? Yes. So he said that it's pretty embarrassing to look back and go, yeah, we did that. And they're paying storage fees because they never got rid of this giant 20-foot tall hydraulic penis. They still have it.
So they also had what looks like giant Budweiser cans also on the stage.
Yeah,
where the hell did those go?
Now those, I think there's nothing wrong with that. Keep those or give them to a guy named Steve. Those would be awesome.
Somebody was wondering if it was Guar that was keeping the giant wiener in the storage shed. No, Guar would continue to use that during their tour.
Yeah, they would. Yeah.
It's the lukewarm topic of the day.
The Beastie Boys have kept a giant inflatable penis in storage for 30 years. So based on this, what odd memento do you still have? Is it a giant inflatable? I don't know. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. What odd memento do you still have? We'll take your calls, your texts, after the Beastie Boys on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. The Beastie Boys have kept a giant inflatable penis in storage for 30 years. Based on this, what odd memento do you still have? 206-421-ROCK. You can text us at 77999. Let's go to Josh in Yelm. Josh, you are on the Rock.
So it's kind of funny you guys are going through this right now because my wife was cleaning out the closet last weekend, and I still have my booklet of Pokemon cards.
There you go. I've had to clean out a couple of those myself, as a matter of fact, because there was a whole booklet like that at our house. My son had already moved out. Joey did. And then I'm like, what the heck? These are all his Pokemon cards. He's like, yeah, I don't care about those.
Yeah, I saw them. I was like, oh, man, this is super awesome. I was feeling pretty nostalgic. I was like, I'm not getting rid of these. Those are going back in the closet.
What was the best card you had?
My crown jewel, as you'd call it, was always my hollow Charizard.
Oh, hell yeah.
But personally, my favorite was always I like the Buzz.
Yeah, same
Not
here.
a bad one.
Yeah.
What the hell are we talking about?
Not special or anything.
Yeah. Well, and they do have value, don't they? I mean, have you thought of selling them to see if you get some cash?
To be honest with you, I have no idea. I just stuck them back in the closet and said, yep, that's where they're going to stay.
Done with these.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the hologram Charizard's got to be worth a little cash, right?
Yeah,
Vic?
the holographic Charizard, I'm seeing $500 to $6,000 to, thousands of dollars for
Might
this
be
card.
worth checking it out and putting it on eBay.
Yeah, seriously.
If it's in good condition, for sure.
Yeah, seriously, Josh, if you don't really care about those cards, you may have, if you have that Charizard in that kind of shape and it's the one Vicky's talking about, that's 6 G's. You don't want to cash that baby in?
My luck, they'd be like, oh, yeah, it's worth $5.
Yeah, you got to get a professional is what you got to do. Just make sure you go to a scrupulous card dealer. All right, appreciate
right.
That's funny. I appreciate the call. Wouldn't that, I mean, if he's sitting on a $6,000 card and he's just going to throw it back in the thing, okay.
Yeah, that would be on eBay immediately if that was me. But then again, I don't have any kind of emotional attachment to a Pokemon set. So for him, maybe he still, even though he kind of keeps it randomly in the closet, it still means something to him.
Yeah, I guess. It depends. I mean, if I wasn't using it and it's been that long, I'd be like, okay, let me sell these bad boys. Of course, I would go and buy another game. That's my problem. I would just go buy cards of a different game.
Feed the new addiction.
Yeah.
Mine's a dumb one, and I actually have 2 mementos in my car, and they're both for ridiculous reasons. Recently, we did talk about both of them. The Alice in Chains VHS for Facelift. I keep that in my car as a reminder of me wanting to move to Seattle. And that was one of the main parts of me falling in love with Seattle, was this live concert that was at the Moore Theater. And then the other one just recently was that giant pipe that went through or hit my windshield and shattered it.
So you are going to keep that?
Oh, it's under my driver's seat.
Like for defense or something?
No, just as now it's my good luck charm.
All right.
Die.
Yeah, and nothing has hit your car window since, right?
That object led to Steve Rabel talking about me on Cairo 7 News.
Thankfully, Miggs was okay.
How do you not keep it?
I mean, I feel like you need to take that pipe to the store with you and buy a lottery ticket.
Oh, yeah, if you're holding it, that's extra luck.
Yeah, they won't mind a guy walking in with a big pipe.
Yeah, they might call the authorities on me if I walk in with a sharp pipe.
But they might not.
I would like a lottery ticket. By the way, say hello to a good luck charm.
It came in handy because when my battery died over the weekend, I thought it was the starter because the battery felt like it still had some juice, but it was just whatever. But so one of the things that helps get a starter going, if you just need one last start, you have to bang the starter.
Oh,
so
yeah?
we first tried it with a brick and it wasn't working. And I was like, I have a pipe. So we started hitting it with a pipe. Neither worked because it was the battery, not the starter. But, but it was kind of...
Yeah, good. It's a good thing you had that didn't help out.
Had I not had it...
your car still wouldn't have started.
Solid point.
Yeah, all right. Otherwise, though, that pipe serves a great purpose.
Thankfully, Miggs was okay.
Was he, though, Steve? Have we really had him checked out?
Solid point.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. What odd memento do you still have? Let's go to Sarah in Auburn. Sarah, you are on the Rock.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sarah. How about you? What odd memento do you still have?
It is kind of weird, but when a family member passes away, I usually always choose a piece of their clothing to keep. Usually a t-shirt because, that's you can wear that in anywhere. It's like when my uncle died 6 years ago, I kept one of his Buffalo Bills shirts, loves the Bills, and I kept one of his Rush shirts because he loved Rush more than anything.
Oh.
So yeah, I have like a button-up shirt from my great-grandpa, a shirt from my aunt that I still wear when I go out sometimes. So yeah, it's just something nice that I that I keep, and it brings fond memories of the person when I wear it.
I never thought of doing that. I guess it is easy with the T-shirt lifestyle that we have now, but I guess, I have my dad's watch that he was given as a retirement gift from his job, and I don't know why I still kept it. But
because he carried it in a certain spot.
Oh, that's a good point.
5 long years.
5 long
Thank
years.
you, Rev.
Appreciate the call, Sarah. And I look at it now and I have it, it does remind me of my dad and hard work, because he did bust his ass for our family, and that watch is a testament
You
to
should
that.
put it on like a display.
Yeah? Not just like, I have it on my, what do you mean, like a pedestal thingy?
Yeah, like in a box, or maybe like a fake hand or an arm or something like that.
A fake hand. That seems morbid. Yeah.
All right, then just put it like in a little glass case.
A little glass case?
Yeah.
All right.
Like you see at the stores.
Okay, I now got to buy a glass case.
Well, don't do anything. Just keep it in the damn closet. I was just trying to throw something out there.
I actually have it. Well, I have it on my desk.
Okay.
But you mean, just putting it on the desk, having it right there, you think you should have it in a case, huh?
No, I just thought it would be added coolness if you had it like on a display, so that way you can look at it.
All right.
But if you have it the way that you want it, who am I to tell you what to do?
No, you make a good point, and I think that would be a nice gift for my children, wouldn't it?
I don't know, Sarah.
For holidays? A nice display case for the watch?
Oh, hey.
You just have to buy him a case.
I kind of prefer the hand, actually.
Okay, buy him a hand.
That's kind of creepy, but kind of cool.
You can do it with concrete and stuff. They have tutorials online. You can do it your own hand.
Oh,
you
could it be my hand?
And it can have the bird.
Oh, now it's the
peace sign.
Don't let Vicky get involved.
Sarah, what do you keep as a memento?
I have this Mardi Gras party decoration from my 14th birthday that I refuse to give away.
It is unbelievable, dude.
And BJ hates it, and I think that's why I keep it. Because he hates it so much.
What does it look like? We got it at a party store, and it's all the Mardi Gras colors, and you hang it from the ceiling, and it just streams down with all the...
It's beautiful. It's so fun looking. It just makes you happy when you look at it.
And I thought for sure we'd get to toss that out. We've cleaned up the downstairs so many times. Even when Johnny Rubbers moved in, I thought, all right, Johnny Rubbers is going to get rid of this thing.
Nope, it was the first thing I had him put up.
And you can see his eyes roll right along with mine. I'm like, I don't know, dude. I don't know what to tell you. She loves this
but
stupid thing.
But it makes me happy.
Do you have like any of the beads from the time you went to New Orleans? You could hang that from there.
That's such a good idea.
Like
yes.
a whole little Mardi Gras theme.
I do. I have my beads that I bought from the store and the beads that I actually earned. They're separated.
No, do not listen to Steve. These are not good ideas.
The beads you earn, they're worth way more.
Yeah. Okay, then. Well, that's a delightful story.
Happy Tuesday, BJ.
Thanks, Steve. You're a great guy. Hey, I have a question, and it doesn't involve my daughter or beads. What do you think is the number one thought that instantly stresses us out, besides, talk about your daughter in New Orleans? I'll tell you at 7:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. I owe a lot of back taxes. Can bankruptcy help me?
Bankruptcy can discharge back taxes under certain circumstances. Some types of taxes are never dischargeable, like if you have taxes from an employee, if you ran a business and didn't pay employee taxes or sales taxes. Those types of taxes cannot be discharged in bankruptcy. However, most people don't have those kind of taxes. Most people have just regular income taxes. If you owe income taxes and you filed your tax returns but just weren't able to pay the taxes, if the taxes are more than 3 years old and you filed the tax returns, those types of taxes can be discharged in bankruptcy in most circumstances, especially through a Chapter 13 case.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Now more than ever, it's important for you and your family to enjoy the spaces you're in most often. Visit FergusonShowrooms.com to shop online or schedule a personalized consultation to meet with our experts at your local Ferguson Bath, Kitchen, and Lighting Gallery. Together we'll help you make the most of home and create a space you'll love to live in. Get started on your project and discover extraordinary products like the Orizo chandelier from Progress Lighting.